All right, morning team. Morning. Sorry, just getting through my charts there. Hope you're all doing good. Wow. What can I say about these charts? They're not ideal. All right, these charts are unfortunately not ideal. Hey, Peter, welcome back. I haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well. They're not ideal, but let's go over it. All right, daily chart as ever. We are still in this balanced range. All right, this was the range created from Friday. This is Friday's candle last week. This is Monday, Tuesday last week. This is what the market's looking to retest because this right here is your R level or supply. All right, we have an imbalance here from this big kill candle that we did last Tuesday. Yeah, last Tuesday. All right, so that's what we're starting to fill in. Why are we in a battle? Well, here's your daily swing low. Here's your daily swing high. This is a higher low. We have not made a higher high. It is potential still, and I'm not going to rule it out until it proves otherwise, that from this point here, we have a sell back down towards these lows. All right. And if we take that out, then we're going to move into a lower high, lower low. If that doesn't happen, all right, and if we drive up on a daily and we reclaim this area and build liquidity, then what's going to happen? We're going to go for all-time highs. All right, these are going to start to open up and we'll go for all-time highs. Right now, we're stuck at the mean. All right, here's +2 standard deviation. Here's -2 standard deviation. Here is the mean. All right, so you're 50-50. All right, if you're going to play a swing position to bowl high, bowl low, you're 50-50. All right, you're 1R each side. Not ideal. If we look in more detail the last few days, what have we done? All right, so you had, let's zoom this in, Monday. Get rid of that a second. Monday, failed to break above. Friday, we traded inside. Tuesday, we traded downside in Asia, but on the cash index, we traded inside. So you had Monday, Tuesday, inside range. Wednesday, actually did the same until right at the end of the day. And then we had a spike on NVIDIA earnings only to give it all back. And then Thursday now, we're actually up off that low, off the NVIDIA low, trading back inside the range. So we're still in this balanced range. All right, we're still in a balanced range with a failed breakout of the high, no attempt to come back down to that NVIDIA low yet. Have to be cautious here. I know you're looking at this chart thinking, we're bullish, we're going to all-time highs, and you might well be right, all right? But having a good location to buy from was probably this imbalance down here on the daily, and this day here did it. All right, there's your Thursday low. So swing longs right now are having fun because they're just buying value area lows, right? And they can trim positions on the way up. Momentum longs, as we're coming to the market today, trying to buy up here for this push is a bit tricky because you don't know if 720 is going to fail. All right, so we have to go down into the hourlies to have a bit of a better look at that. So let's do that now. All right, this chart down here, this needs to move to a 30-minute if it isn't already. Oh, it is. Okay. So you can see this is what happened yesterday. The high yesterday was made on the 4 o'clock candle, 4 till 3. All right, right here. We make this spike high. We clear out this level here, Friday's high. So we have finally take it. We finally take it, I think. I'm just going to double check. Yes, we finally take that at 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4 yesterday. Then NVIDIA comes, we swipe up. So we make sure everyone who is swing short in here, even on that last push, right, gets taken out of the market. ICT traders would have been playing this for a short and rebalance. If they did not cover, all right, anyone who's playing that failed breakout, if they don't cover down here, they got absolutely wrecked on that first push. And then what? And then a slam back down. Notably, the slam takes out these lows, leaves these protective lows, right? And that is something that I've been aware of all week. Higher low, higher low, higher low, equal lows, we sweep, we reclaim that same equal low level, which basically 500, right? Think about this level here. We sweep, we reclaim, and now we're going back upside, all right? And what does it want to take out? The high. It wants to take out that NVIDIA high. So that's the target at the moment. Once we take out that NVIDIA high, we're looking 720s and we're looking for all this liquidity here. If it's really going to go on a pump, we're very aware of these levels. So in fact, let's just put some of these on because we're going to need these. If we are going to pump today and tomorrow, we're going to need to see where these liquidity pools are. Sorry, folks. Let's get this done. And the last one's the high of the box. All right, so if we're going to pump today, we're looking to take out NVIDIA highs. We'd want a base over 650, 640, 650, and then a squeeze up. What you need to be careful of is this move here to come back under, and then guess what we're aiming for? All this resting liquidity. Hello. One thing to be aware of, all right, one thing to be aware of on these charts is if we go to ES right now, all right, ES has already taken it out. All right, this is all-time high. Mr. ES, all-time high. If you have a failed break on ES and it comes back in, it might mean that NQ doesn't even make the 720. So I am aware of that on ES. It's one thing, but very, very clear. Right now, we are trying to take out that high. Moving down to the lower time frame. Okay, lower time frame, what do we have? You just have Globex, basically Asia, London, and we're looking to take out the London high and NVIDIA high, and if it can get going 720, and then you want to be careful of a failed breakout like that, or a base. If we turn this into an RBS zone, all right, if we break out, come back and hold this, then we're going to look for new highs. All right, we've gone over ES already. Let's have a quick look at the VIX. Absolutely dunked on. All right. Breaking down under these lows. If we stay heavy here, basically, wow. If we stay heavy under sort of 1425, this market's going to go on a big old pump if we do that. Let's have a look at the mag. All right, Apple gapping up, looking good, searching for old highs. You can see right up here. All these levels here, 22s, look strong. Amazon. Slight gap up, holding above this key level from yesterday. If we can slingshot, you're looking for it for a 230 break on Amazon. That's what it's trying to do. Goog. Boxed in. All right, 50% of the range, I'd say. There's your range. There's your high. There's your low. 50%. Not interested in Goog. Meta. On the gap. There's yesterday's sell-off. Here's the key level from yesterday, 47s. If it holds 47s, it can try and have a slingshot to 54s and 59s. Neutral zone right now. Microsoft, that's a good looking chart. All right, here's your pivot low from Tuesday. There's your double bottom on Wednesday. There's the grind up. There's the creation of potential right shoulder. Here's left shoulder. Here's head with a double bottom. If we get going, breakout neckline over 510 for Microsoft. NVIDIA, here's the big one. All right. So earnings walk up. All right. Price it in earnings. Less than perfect earnings for them, even though it was an incredible earnings and they didn't include China. Sweep the highs, slam back down. What's this? We talk about this every day. When you see this, you know it's going to get washed out. There's your washout. Protects this low, interestingly. So I want to be careful about that. And then grind back up, and we're going to try and take out the upside. All right, just remember there'll be lots of bulls stuck in this. How we act up here is going to be key. If we take it and start rolling back down, the whole market will probably roll with it. If we take it, build liquidity for the next leg, then we're very, very bullish at that point. Tesla, very similar kind of story here. Failed, back down in this range now, midpoint. All right, so I don't want to carry too much bias into today. I do not want to carry too much bias in today. I'm looking for upside moves. Let's just have a look at overnight VPR. Where's my 6 o'clock? All right, so if they protect, it's leaving these low volumes. A bit of a low volume node here or lower. So I'd say you'd want bids, if we're going to wash the open, you'd want bids to either hold 630, 600, or 580. You're looking for one of these to go higher. If we straight pump the highs, there's not going to be that much you can do unless you're going to take a breakout up here, a risky business, or unless you do this before taking it. Any failure today underneath these levels, all right, if we get stuck underneath here, that is a short, all right? The only way I'd buy along is if we reclaim. That is a short if and when we get stuck under there, right? If we do something like this, big fail, get stuck, short back down as possible because we've left the Newswick lows. How long we got here? 5 minutes. All right, team. So overall bullish, but in range rotation. You can see yesterday's range, volume. There's previous day high. There's previous day value area lows, or value area high, sorry. There is your profile. All right, in here from yesterday. You can see it quite clearly. Bit of a double distribution up there. All right, this level here, 600, 612 is going to be key. If they hold that, we should go higher. If they fail underneath that, get stuck at this volume, I'd be a little concerned about a rotation again. But you can see, like we went over in the daily, we are still stuck in the same zone. Unfortunately, we would have loved a gap up or gap down that got us out of this zone, but we didn't get it. One thing I want to go over, there has been a spoofer on the tape again this morning. He was there yesterday. He was actually there in Asia last night, for anyone that was watching. He was using 100 lots to move it around. Oh, and there he is. He's just popped on the tape again, missed 1,000 lots. So he's been doing this all morning. Someone's being, as we would call in England, a bit of a bell end. It's quite annoying. But just be aware of him moving the tape around a little bit today. Let's make this bigger. And we've got a few minutes left. Let's go through the chat, see what you guys are all saying. Let's close that poll. All right, good morning, everyone. Morning, Mohan, Coop, Toby, Miguel, Christy, Clint, Aga, Christopher, Dean Winchester, Contorted, Jeff, Dawson Shores, DJ Noah, Marek, Richard, Mike Light, Al Sam Jr., Raphael, NRS. Who else we got in here? Leron, Firewater, Peter Curry, Sergio, Richard Johnson, Chris Trades and NV, Jesse, Peter Illes. Been on holiday for 7 weeks, Peter. Oh, that sounds fun. Where did you go? Muhan. Sure I said you at the beginning. Mike, Chris, Silent, Brandon, Real Trini, Calypso, Paul G, Bart, Ejecto, Myron, CC, Aaron, Jim K. Got lots of you in here. Troy, Alan, Mohammed, new here. Welcome to the team, Mohammed. Dojon, and Steve C. Good morning, everyone. Smash that like button nice and early. We will be doing a Apex giveaway and a Flowzone 40% off code as well today. Because in 48 hours, I hit that big old milestone of 40, unfortunately. I know, I look 21. What can I say? Grey hairs everywhere coming. Morning, all. Morning, morning, morning. Scandinavia. Spent some time with my kids in Switzerland. Oh, lovely, man. Hope you had a fantastic time. Okay. These charts. A couple minutes to open, or 1 minute actually. Just over. Seeing that failure at the moment, back down into that volume we just talked about. All right, you've got volume sort of, I'd say it gets a little thinner, 617 down to 603. All right, so you'd really want around here to start holding. Where was it? 617, 603, somewhere in here. 617, somewhere in here. Hello, are you going to let me draw today? Yeah, somewhere in here. All right, they'd want to make some form of higher low there. If they start flushing it in the morning open, I'm just slightly concerned about how ES is operating here, all right, because it's, did it take the NVIDIA high out? It did, all right. NVIDIA, the high spike on ES, on the NVIDIA earnings, we took it out at 425 this morning on ES. We pulled back to VWAP. We just failed to take it out for a second time. You'd want to see it taken out in the New York session. So ideally dips to start the day. All right, ideally dips to start the day, and we can think about what next after that. Here comes the open. Let's see, folks, what are they going to do? All right, what are they going to do? Do we get a slam at the open, or we just scream upside? I don't really know. We're in the middle of yesterday's value, aren't we? So at the moment, it seems like a big old push. Here's the extension through to Globex. Remember, we're watching the white line NVIDIA high up there. It's probably where it wants to go. Once we take that out, we see what's what. Lots of sellers up there into 680. Here they come. Lots of sellers up into 680. If you're already in this, you look good. Watching previous day high here, watching that white line. About to take it out. I'm already in this long, looking for a squeeze continuation here. Taking some partials into this key level. Next level we're looking at is 720s. We've gone over that all week. ES now taking the high as well. Make sure you're paying yourself. Quick trade here this morning. Unfortunately, I had a feeling we would have to get long in this, like I said in Discord, probably straight out the gate. Look, all those sellers just got absolutely wrecked. 1,408 lots just filled into 700. All right, so tapping that 720, this is the level. Think about the weekly newsletter. This is true supply. This is our first test of supply. You do not want to be long in here. If you didn't take this long, which I do not blame you if you didn't take that long, you need to wait for a base here or a base here. If we take this and turn inside, we'll be thinking about shorts later in the day. What a rip, NVIDIA, new highs. Crazy. Like I said, probably ways to get long. No, Raphael, I didn't. I actually missed. There was one nice trade yesterday, which I missed in the afternoon, which would have been this one here. This here. This here was good. Back to value, double bottom, push, pull, set that to go higher. That was probably the best trade of the day if you took that. All right, into these 720s. This is supply here. You cannot be long or a new money long up here. If you took this long break this morning, locked in some money, well done. That's what I did. Had to be quick on the trigger. Unfortunately, I had a feeling, we talked about it in Discord this morning, had a feeling it was just going to rip out the gate. Ideally, morning flush absorbed, but got a feeling we're just going to moonshot out the open. There you go. So 720, big level, starting to see some selling there. This is higher time frame level. Is ES taken out all-time high yet? Let me just have a look. We are a tiny bit short. So ES needs to take out 509s. It's not there yet. It's not there yet. So I still think we've got more upside here. More upside here, potential. We just got to let this market calm down. Well, we hit our objective for the week. Our objective for the week was that 720. It was in the weekly newsletter. Good morning, Bella. Leron got it. Nice. Contorted, damn, that happened too fast. Yeah, it was very quick this morning. I said that might be the case this morning, just given how we'd set up. Nice, Chris Hooper. All right, so you're into these 720s. Do not be a new money long here. ES is looking to take out that 509. Once we take that out, it's very possible there is a failed break once we do that. If not, we're going to keep squeezing. So if you're still holding one, you can keep squeezing up. Watching 740s here, then we have to think about higher time frame. If we're going to keep going, we can look for these white lines, which are marked out above. They should be showing above. Yes, they are. Okay, these are all the liquidity pools on an hourly chart. So if we're going to keep going, that's what we're going to aim for. Come on. Refresh seller up here, 626 lots. ES still not taking out the all-time high. Everyone say good morning to Bella. It's Bella that allowed you to get a free account yesterday, and it'll be the same today as we give them away. Once we hit 100 likes on stream, all right, just need to get these likes up. All right, so still, we're going to change this to blue now. All right, this is an RBS level now. All right, if we build liquidity here, especially if ES doesn't take out its all-time high, if we build some liquidity here, we're thinking about that slingshot up to these. Same here, if we do some sort of trap here, we can think about that. What we don't do, all right, is just buy the grind and the grind. We buy the flush underneath to go back upside, all right? Make that clear. We do not buy the grind and the grind and the grind. We bought here for that quick break up. Now we wait. And this is crazy. Nvidia with that huge swipe just got absolutely slammed once it did it. All right, so Nvidia drove all the way up to 84.50 and is now down at 80. All right, so it's given 4 points back already. And you have to see if Nvidia finds a base into sort of 79 at this point. This looks heavy from Nvidia. So this is what I'm saying. Got to be careful. It is a shame that ES did not take out that all-time high. I'm just going to triple check that for the 5th time here. No, it didn't. It left it. That is a shame. It's going to make it much, much harder. All right. This needs to be blue. All right. Into that old spike level. Nvidia back to VWAP. Still think we've got unfinished business above just because of ES at the moment. And let's just see. Let it calm down. Nvidia's all over the shop right now. VIX finding a bit of a bid. So VIX is going to come and try and test that 1425s, which is where we broke down from. We're just back to flow zones here, back to the old Nvidia high. We can think about shorts, right, if we start failing in these levels. But until then, we're not really thinking about shorts. We're thinking about ways to get long. Let's get a volume on here as well. There we go. Let's extend that right. So I don't have to do it a million times today. There we go. All right, Nvidia back to PDL. I know normally I wouldn't look at Nvidia so much, but given that it is driving this market at the moment, we have to have a quick look at it. Yeah, that's dirty, missing it by a tick, isn't it? That is dirty, Coop. All right, watching these old levels down here to see if we hold it or if we just slam through. Nvidia starting to find a bid now of PDL. We start letting go, it will be a problem for the market. All right, ES back to VWAP and PDC. Do we get some form of bear trap to move higher here, some form of 2-leg and then a squeeze? Nvidia back to VWAP. Can it trade through VWAP now at this point? This might be the pullback and the squeeze. So in a flow zone long here, just a little nibble, not big size because I don't know if we reflush. It's not really completed the 2-leg yet, but I'm in it for just a little nibble. Stop in the money, see if we squeeze this, watching to see if Nvidia gets through VWAP. Stop in the money in case they reflush it. Looking for that expansion high. I want ES to get going here. See if we can flip this little imbalance and come and test these highs. I want to be careful. If Nvidia flushes VWAP on this test, I'll be out. I won't hold it through it. Stuck at the VWAP. Stuck at this imbalance here. We just created a little flush imbalance here. So maybe need a second leg. Second leg down here would be amazing if it will do it. I'll cut this one in the money and then re-attack it. Did SPY make an all-time high there? Okay, one thing to note is the ETF. SPY has made an all-time high today. I know ES hasn't, but SPY has. So definitely worth noting the cash market. This looks good now. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. I want to get back through these 720s where they just slammed it there. Oof. Didn't get anything off there looking for the highs. stuck at these 720s. Big level. We know it's a big daily level, this. Yes, back to New York VWAP. Location-wise, it's a better short. Just the momentum is not on the short side right now. Interested if we can flush down here. I'd be really interested. All right, ES stuck under VWAP. Nvidia above its VWAP, seeing if it can pull back in and hold. Still think ES will want to make a new all-time high, but again, one thing to be aware of is the divergence. The cash market has made an all-time high already. Cash market already making an all-time high. Can we get through these 720s with a shove? No is the answer so far. Yes, still stuck at VWAP. So reattempt here. They're reloading at 750s. So maybe a deeper pullback coming. ES stuck at VWAP. NQ pulling back into its VWAP again. Might be that we have a two-leg down here and then we wait and see what's what. Very possible at the moment. Be careful of your ATR because you might get ATR expansion today given how wiggly the taper's been since Nvidia. VIX still pushing up, testing that sort of 25-30 level. Hasn't reclaimed it, but we're into it. MAG all green, other than Nvidia and Apple. All right, the rest of the MAG green right now. We are at frothy levels, remember, though. We are at that 720. This is true supply. We don't want to be long up here unless we break through. Played a dip off that. Didn't manage to get out, so probably going to get stopped here. Yeah, there we go. So just waiting to see if it offers a reload. Still very early in the session here, folks. 3 minutes to your opening range is set. Previous week open, by the way, is all the way up at 800, just in case it wants to do something like that today. All right, reattempting 720 again here. Still holding flow zones, still not through the 720s. ES still not through its New York VWAP. It's having a go, but it's not through it yet. Big level. This reminds me of the last few days, tapping on VWAP forever and ever and ever, and eventually we broke. Are we going to break? Here we go. ES through it. Can we get more of a squeeze? Can we go and take out these highs? Big sellers up here at 45s. It's a shame we didn't get that second leg. I'm going to make you buy high to go higher. It's not ideal. And I don't like the look of Nvidia right now. Let's see. Let's see. So ES rejecting VWAP again. VIX still trying for that 1430s. Nvidia back to VWAP. All of the MAG now green other than Nvidia. All right, give you a readout. Tesla 0.18% up. Microsoft 0.25% up. Meta 0.18% up. Google 1.10% up. That's the strong one today. Amazon over 1/3% up. Apple's just gone red to green and green to red, so it's just hovering around PDC right now. Nvidia 0.5% down. All right, so we were long out the gate this morning for this squeeze. I had a reattempt here, didn't get my money off, unfortunately. Took a little bit of money off, not as much as I should have. Should have a lot more in there. Now just waiting. Opening range about to be set here in 40 seconds. I'm going to get a reload of coffee. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, back just like that. That was quick. All right, let's get this up to 100 likes. 175 of you watching right now. Let's get it up to 100 likes. Once we get there, we will do giveaways. All right, got some Apex accounts to give away today and some discount codes for the Flow Zone course and community. So smash that like and subscribe button. If it's your first time joining, thanks for joining. All the regulars, nice to have you back. We will do more giveaways again tomorrow. This is my birthday on Saturday. All right, so you can see big sellers coming in at 45. So I'm just going to check ES book for a second. Let's see how thick this looks. Get rid of you. 80s to 15s looks like the pin for now. Okay, starting to see that flush back down. These are the levels we were talking about. Okay. So let's see if they're going to bid off these levels, off these previous day value levels, or if we're going to slice right back down. Like I said, pre-market, I would not rule out the steal of liquidity and the trap because we haven't really washed much out. If we think about structure, right, we actually did this, right? It can come down and start washing these out. If we get stuck under here, I think there's a short back down. Until then, I'm looking for longs with bear traps. We're coming right into that RBS zone and we've reacted straight away off it. Straight away reacting off that so far. Midpoint of your opening range right now. So you orb traders, you're right in the midpoint. No follow through each side yet. Look like they want to come and test that value area high from yesterday. If we fail that, point of control and VWAP. So value area high, New York open, VWAP, point of control down here. Apex has 90% Labor Day sale. Does it really? Oh, I didn't even know that. There you go. 90% Labor Day sale. Use code FCT. All the links are underneath. Okay, PDC here for the spiders and the ES. RBS level here. A trap will look like what? Will look something like this and a reclaim to go back up because we've got unfinished business on ES up there. Not ruling out a straight flush though, so just being patient now. We had that morning shove. We did take the data or NVIDIA high, whatever you want to call it, news high, data high, doesn't matter what you call it. We did take it out already. One thing that I do not like is that SPY made a new all-time high and ES didn't take it. I do not like that. Just got the email. Thanks for letting me know, Peter. It's awesome. Awesome sale, 90% sale. Load up on those Apex accounts. Love trading with Apex. Definitely my biggest earners this year. And then Take Profit Trader, the next one behind that. These are the areas. Remember, this is the edge of value yesterday, right? From there, and then there, and then there. And it looked something like this from what I can remember. We can zoom out and look yesterday. There you go. That was pretty good. It was a little bit off. So they'd want to protect 20s. And if they don't, we trade into a low volume node in the teens. Here we go. We're getting multiple legs now. This is better. This is better. VIX is starting to reclaim some key levels. So I'm not looking long yet. It will have to prove a base here for me to look long, all right? And some kind of bear trap. If we start failing and letting go of big levels, then we're going to think about shorts. Yes, if you took the 720 short and you were willing to risk some decent points there, you're pretty nicely in the money. But I don't bet against momentum. Flow zone's currently all bullish, even if we move to the new indicator that I made you guys. All right, we're bullish. We've been bullish all morning since, and like basically 8 o'clock. It's giving you multiple long signals to trade up to here. We'd be watching these pivots here into 660, 650s now. So here we go. Here's the RBS zone. Here's the previous day volume. area high. If we start fading this, then we come and test point of control. So Nvidia trading all the way back down to 79s now, giving back 5 points already. Previous day low coming on Nvidia, lower time frame algo. Do not try and catch this knife, folks. This failed attempt to the high is where buyers got stuck, who did not stop out, and you're starting to see a breakdown. I'm going to wait to see if we come under all of this before I really consider anything. This is a big old flush at this point. It's awkward because ES left that all-time high, which I think is gross. It's a bigger flush on the market. All of the mag now going red. This is heavy, 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 heavy. Previous day point of control here. These are the kind of moves we did yesterday just to be absorbed. If we're going to see sellers in the market, we want to see them let go of all of these levels. This is back into that low volume node that we talked about, the teens. That's where we are. If they protect this, we trade upside. If they let go of this and we get under point of control and previous day value, we're going to attack the lows. This is just like yesterday. Nothing's really changed. Very similar to yesterday so far. Failed breakout of the high, trade back inside the range for now finding buyers. You would need to see follow through from sellers, which we haven't seen so far this week. Right, we've seen no follow through from sellers so far this week. Something to be aware of. So if the next push starts to fail, you might get follow through downside. All right, watching this now. Here you go, point of control. If they let go of this, we go previous day value area low. Might get downside pressure here. ES coming into a big critical level. Big critical level. In this short for expansion. Here we go, beautiful. So sellers taking control for now. Looking for that move into previous week value area high. Point of control, previous day value area low. I'll rotate these accounts. Big critical level. So if we pop up and we fail here and set a lower high now, all right, anything here, we're looking for this. Remember we said if we get under 550s, I think it's night market. We go for a big flush. This is our range from yesterday. All right, this is our box from yesterday. So we can trade from one side to the other. If we hold this and we reclaim, we trap to go back up. So I'm trying to stay flexible with the charts because we're not really in a trending market yet. Big level ES, so you can see, did it sweep and hold it? It did. So that pivot from overnight, 150, basically the 2 a.m. pivot, bouncing off it. All right, so you have to see now, do we put in a lower high? It's key now. Do we put in a lower high, lower low for continuation? Nvidia back into where it found bids at like 6 a.m. this morning. Back to previous day point of control. If they get the break here, they can flush right back down into previous day value area low. Hasn't really set a lower high here yet, but if they get the break here, that's what they'd be looking for. Right on that point of control. If they let go point of control, market's in trouble. ES right on that key level. Can we get continuation? Here's POC. Here you go. Previous week value area high coming up. If we let go of that, we go previous day value area low. If we let go of that and get stuck underneath that, we are multi-time frame short. Right? If they don't trap here and do this, if we do this, we are looking to take out data lows. And if we get under there, I think it's good night market. That would have been a much better trade if ES just took the high up here and then offered it. But of course, it wants to leave divergence. I want to see us push up to here ideally and get stuck. All right, get stuck up here. If it reclaims it, then we're long. If we build out some form of bearish, then we're short. If you're like, why is he offering both sides? I don't understand. It's because we're in a range. We're not in a trending market, so you've got to be cautious. Just look at your daily candles, all right? Look at Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week. Today, failed breakout of the high again, just like yesterday. back into range. Pending home sales. What time's that? I would have put it in here. 10 o'clock. Thank you very much. Yeah, home sales in 5 minutes. I would imagine home sales look pretty terrible because they haven't cut rates. That's what I'd imagine, but we'll see. We'd love a lower high set up here, or just a reclaim and trap, and then we can play long. I don't mind which, but we need it to move back up towards the 50s, ideally. Right now, we're trading in that thin volume, well, thick volume, thin volume above. So we want to protect this. If we push and fail into anywhere up here, it already looks like it's reclaiming it. Right, can we fail up here, or do we reclaim? Mag all red now, other than Google and Tesla. They're holding the market up. Everything else went red, green to red. Almost said red to green there. Reattempt of the lows here again. Nvidia low of day. A little piece on this. Not enough though. Still protecting point of control. I need to be patient here. Nvidia, fresh low day. That thing's getting absolutely slammed. All the options traders and that are getting wrecked. I hope PW got out on that morning push this morning. I really hope he did. Knowing that it's his birthday and he was $450,000 long into that. Here you go. So value area low here now being retested. These are your big over-unders. Nvidia straight puke. Filling its gap between pre-market and after hours yesterday, potentially. This is a big sell here. So into previous day value area low. This is where we bid up off all of yesterday. We did not want to accept price below this level. So technically, this is a cheap buy. Am I going to be buying it? No. Not with current momentum. No chance. We've moved into a sell intraday. And you've got 2.5 minutes left until the news. So trying to be flexible today. We talked about it in Discord. I know you guys might be like, he's been long, he's been short, he's looking for shorts here and then longs if it goes over there. It's because I'm being a disciple to the chart, all right? I'm not being fixed. I'm playing what the chart's setting up. The moment the chart is setting up both options, because all we are is in a 1, 2, 3. This is day 4 in a balance range with a failed breakout of the high. SPY just found a bid right on its 5-day moving average. I still feel like we want to go lower at the moment. Haven't really truly tested value. We're close. Feels like it wants to move lower, but does it move higher first on like home sales or something, you know? And what are the levels we're looking at if we move lower? This is where I said is the make or break. Nvidia into that gap from after hours to pre-market. We gapped up from after hours to pre-market. Does it come all the way back down to the low is the question. Pinning it right on value area low from yesterday into home sales. Not by mistake, I would say. Have a look at the book. Is there anyone lower? It's gone kind of quiet into these home sales. Still holding that 5-day on ES. Finding bids. So buyers stepping in here a little bit. I don't think they're going to get rewarded, but at the moment they're stepping in here at value area low. I don't think they're going to get rewarded. Might get a little shove, but we will see. Nvidia has been in a straight sell for a little while now. Might be due a little bounce before a reattempt at a low. We haven't put in like a bounce and a reattempt of a low yet. We haven't bounced and then reattempted to know that sellers are stuck. But, well, here's home sales, I guess. Up towards the VWAP. There's point of control again. Are they going to hold this? Or do we make a new low here? Previous day point of control being absorbed so far. Oh, this is everything we didn't want today, unfortunately. Just dancing back in the range. Best day I've had all week. Great commentary. Nice, Coop. Good work. Yeah, just had to scalp out today. Like when it's there, you take it. When it's not, you don't. I really don't want to be stuck in this range all day. Please, market, get out of this. Oh, don't move that. We do not want to be stuck in here. Right? We really want to move out of this and ideally just move down at this point. They're bidding. They're bidding off this again. Relentless buyers the last 2 days at these levels. Back towards that opening range. And still not letting them through. We've not retested the low yet. We're still under flow zones. We're underneath the opening range. We're underneath the VWAP. But we're stuck between, well, we're stuck in yesterday's value. Let's just say that. It's going to be easier than me describing it every 2 minutes. We're stuck in yesterday's value. I want to be careful if they start, oh God, reclaiming this. It's pretty boring trading chop like this, though. This is everything we didn't want. You would have heard me yesterday say, hopefully Nvidia moves us out of, out of these market conditions, and it hasn't. We've had 2 failed breakouts of highs. Why have we left ES high by a tick? It's dangerous. Dangerous. Back to VWAP here. No sellers stepping up now. No sellers stepping up at the moment. What did Nvidia hit? 176. Did that fill the gap? Pretty much. Yeah, it did. Okay, it filled its after hours to pre-market gap. So does Nvidia come and test like PDL now and just drive this market up and then sell from there? Genuinely don't know what we're trying to do at this point because we're stuck in the range. So it's a leave alone for now. We've had the trade up, we've had the trade down, and now we're stuck. I don't know whose ideal conditions these are. Maybe if you just bid value without structure, I don't know. If you're someone who just bids in front of that, protecting it, I don't know how you would play that to a long side. I wouldn't. We're just bidding off it without a true retest. It's clearly working for some people, though. It was the same yesterday. All those flushes yesterday in the afternoon really were very, very accurate to levels. Nvidia starting to trade upside now then. Does it get stuck up here? We'll have to do a fib. I think it probably wants to trade up to 79s, probably to its previous day low. And then see if it gets stuck. That's what it feels like at the moment. Market all going green now as well. Hilarious. So Nvidia 1.87% down, Apple 0.13% down. Everything else just went red to green. Stuck at VWAP here. Like I said, we haven't retested those lows yet. Maybe it's coming. Maybe here. Do they protect point of control? Stronger selling coming in the market there for the first time. It's going to need to get through point of control and previous day value area low. If they protect these lows, that's where bears will get trapped. Here's point of control again. So we're trapped at the moment between VWAP and POC. VWAP and POC. Zoom this out a bit. Building a lot of volume down here, you can see. So if we fail to break these lows, reclaim previous day value area high, then we're probably going to go on a squeeze. Right, because that would be bears failing to come lower, sweeping this failing to come lower. Until then, kind of leaning bearish for that move down, but we're in value, so can't really touch it. But if we fail, right, if this failed to break the low and reclaims that, that is a long trigger. What a battle, big battle. They protected the low volume node. They did, yeah. In here as well. So the range rotation continues. Nothing more than that. Get a book on ES quickly. See these bids down here. Look at all these guys trying to bid off it. All right. It's tricky because, you know, we've got unfinished business. This is a failed breakout. We tap supply. We've pulled back off it. I'm trying to zoom out on like an hourly. We've just made another hourly higher low. Can we go and attack up here? It definitely can if it wants to. Oh, where's my VWAP on Ninja gone? Let's get that in. Where are you, Mr. VWAP? Let's anchor you in 31s. Right, into New York, anchor VWAP here. Like I said, I think NVIDIA wants to test PDL. So we're starting to squeeze through. If it starts to base out here now, it is open for a trigger squeeze. But ES now lagging behind, not through its VWAP yet. Yes, Bella, we just talked about that. You might have been off stream. No, Tyson, I just read that. Sorry, buddy. Hate reading that. Hate reading you guys getting hurt. All right, SPY trying to trade up to PDC and VWAP. We're just chopping between these ranges. All right, if we base here, remember we're not based yet. If we base here, it's open to this. If we get stuck under here, it's open to this. We're in a range. I cannot say it enough. We are in a balanced range. This market will be awkward to trade until we have a clear move outside of the range. Outside of the range, which we're not seeing yet. Have to be careful. I hate that ES left that high. I really, really hate that. Hard to have like bigger conviction knowing that that's happened. Mag or green now, other than NVIDIA, by the way. NVIDIA trying to get up to that PDL that we talked about. It's trying to get up to PDL. Here's the squeeze. ES coming into New York VWAP. If we start reclaiming New York VWAP, we squeeze higher, which is what it looks like it's doing now because we've reclaimed value. All right, we came towards value area low, reclaimed point of control. They bid off this. We've just pulled back and held value area high. All the time they hold this, they're open to a squeeze back to highs, especially if NVIDIA reclaims PDL. ES rejecting New York VWAP for now. SPY the same, but these are big levels. If the neck pullback starts to soak, then we're going to move higher. Nice Ken. Well, on NVIDIA, those sellers got exhausted in that gap. That pin low that we just put in, if you look at the gap between after hours yesterday and pre-market today, that's where we just soaked and filled. But now we've traded all the way up into PDL. This is key now. If sellers don't protect PDL on on Nvidia, then they're going to get caught because breakout sellers would have come in at previous day low, right? That's how I think about it. Daily sellers, they would have come in, taking the breakout previous day low. This is like awkward here, timing wise. Market's attempting to absorb their previous day value area high. We just went over it. Back to Globex. Reattempt PDL. Reattempt VWAP on the spiders. Telling levels here. Big over-under levels here, basically. I'm going to let the market make a decision and then join. Here comes PDL push again on Nvidia. VWAP again on the ES. Decision point for market. Remember, if Nvidia reclaims PDL, it's a failed break to the downside from sellers. That will be confirmed by ES reclaiming VWAP. We're right at VWAP right now. We're right in this level right now. It's got to make a decision. I don't know which way it wants to go at the moment, so we just wait. Yeah, totally, Dean. I know. It's so frustrating, man. We were hoping today would move us out of that, or rather last night would move us out of that, but no. You look at that daily chart, we're just there again. We have tapped 720. That's the one thing I'd say. We have tapped that 720. Yeah, it's not getting through its VWAP. Here goes Nvidia. A bit of a push here into that PDL. Does it break PDL? This is the key. Does it break PDL? Absorbing previous day value area high. Are they going to squeeze? Yes, not through VWAP yet. It's trying. It's trying. They're all trying to get going. Previous day low here on Nvidia. Does it squeeze through it and rip straight to its VWAP? Push him. Still not through it, by the way. We're still just stuck here. Yeah, 16 more likes for the giveaway. I've lost some of you already. Some of you probably made money and left. Some of you probably bored because you're like, well, he's not trading. Well, we're in key levels. We wait. We talked about this morning. This is possible. This is possible. This is a tough zone to trade, especially the way they're timing it with Nvidia. So just be patient. Once we get to 100 likes, we will do an Apex giveaway. Is that session volume profile? It's fixed range. So yeah, session, but 930 basically. Oh my God, please don't do this thing where we go into 20-point chop for 2 hours. Please, please, market. I'm begging you. You exhausted me yesterday to the point where I left the stream and didn't come back and didn't trade. Please don't do it again today. ES rejecting its VWAP there. Nvidia can't get through PDL. ES rejecting its VWAP. And we still not come and pull back into any of these levels down here yet. I have no bias here because ES left the highs. I think that is disgusting that it's left the highs. We are definitely starting to build bullish moves up, but it's pretty hard to pull the trigger midpoint of range for me. Maybe that's just me. Yes, clear rejection of VWAP here. This is why I'm not going to play bullish if we're going to keep doing that. Nvidia, clear rejection of previous day low now at this point. It can still put in a higher low on Nvidia. That's the big problem right now. The market cannot make a decision. Just leave it alone. Just leave the market alone right now. Let everyone battle it out. Let momentum come in. Let some volume come in. I'm sure volume's just died down here. Yes, it has. Look, since we've gone here, died down, gone sideways. Let everyone else battle it out, and then we can think about the next thing. You had the play up. You had a continuation down. Now we wait. Google having a good day. Mag as a whole up. Nvidia down, Tesla down, rest of the mag having a decent day. Book's gone quiet, volume's gone quiet. Let's have a look at ES. Probably pinned both sides. Yes, pinned both sides. Fantastic. Equal orders both sides. Not what you want to see. Nice and patient here, folks. So we're pushing, Nvidia selling, ES trying to get to its VWAP. Still not through VWAP on ES. All the cash market, all the spiders, neither through VWAP. I'm unconvinced here. Nvidia starting to sell off. Does it put in a higher low? That's the question. Versus its low of day. Oh my gosh. We have now been in this chop for 10 minutes of not moving. 20-point chop. Yesterday we did it for over an hour. We went 20-point chop for an hour. Guess where we're chopping? Previous day value, area high, and VWAP. We're stuck right now. Bigger momentum here. Do they actually follow through? I doubt it, given how we've acted, but you never know. So back to 24-hour VWAP. What did I say? I doubt there's follow through. And no, there's no follow through. So, oh my God. Blow your brains out week. Let's just call this week blow your brains out week. Because that's how terrible the price action's been. So Nvidia attempting to put in that higher low that we talked about. I have zero conviction right now. Microsoft now gone red, Tesla red, Nvidia red. Apple about to go green to red, Meta not too far away, Google having a good day, Amazon having a good day. Mixed bag. VIX reclaiming those key levels. Had a push up to PDL, failed. Now trapped between 1430s and PDL. I don't know whether this market wants to go risk on or risk off at the moment. I have no idea. Anyone that knows, you've got a crystal ball, because what we're doing is just holding a balanced range from Friday. We've been here since Friday last week now. Nothing has changed since Friday last week. All that I would say has changed. We had a failed breakout, but we left all-time high by a tick. What is up with that? Just to make it extra tricky. Nvidia now having a bit more sell. Do we come back down? Here's VWAP. This is awful. This is just awful action. If we're going to roll over, I want to see it clear. I want to see momentum. I want to see volume. I want to see aggressive candles. I don't want to see drip reprice like this. This is what I mean. This is not encouraging me to sell it. Think about flow zones. Think about everything here. New York VWAP, 24-hour VWAP, PDC, POC on the day, previous day value area high, New York Open, flow zones, everything condensed in here. What do we do when we have this? We leave it alone. We leave it alone. We let everyone else fight. We either look for this, or ideally even under here. We don't join in here. Let everyone else fight over these levels. Finished trading today. Time for practice. Exceeded my goal. Fabulous. Hey, lovely work. Yeah, I mean, we've had some nice trades this morning. It would just be nice if we could have a couple more nice trades. A couple more would be good, wouldn't it? I know Coop had a great day this morning. I don't know if Coop got long out the gate or shorted the 720s. If you're here, Coop, let me know what you did. I'm always interested to hear where you made most of your money. Okay, VWAP attempt again on SPY. 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth attempt on SPY. Was that last pullback enough to trap? I'm still not convinced either way. So for me, it's just to sit out. Just sit it out. And we can't get through again. I mean, is this for real? Is this for real right now? Sellers at 75. Not filling them either. I wonder if they lift and we go rocket with SPY starting to trade through VWAP now. Well, it's attempting to. VWAP and PDC here. Nvidia having another go at PDL. Buyers will need a break here. All right, they will need a breakout here, very much like the sellers at the low. If they don't get the breakout and a new high here, buyers will get caught and stuck. Right, just like these sellers here needed a break, buyers here need a break. Right, sellers got stuck because we didn't break down. If buyers do not get a breakout, they will get stuck. This is relentless. This is just like yesterday where I started going insane. It feels exactly the same. Ranging markets are not my markets. I do not enjoy trading them. I find them extremely frustrating to see price action do nothing. And VWAP sold again on the SPY. Oh my God. I don't understand. It's the one thing I can't get my head around. Why, if we're going to get rid of inventory, why are they not letting it down? If we're going to absorb everything, why are they not breaking out and taking out highs? They've had 4 days to do it. We're through Nvidia earnings. Just make your flipping minds up, folks, and just do it. You whales, I don't care what you do. I just want to join with whatever you're going to do. I don't care what that is. I just want you to do it so I can join it. Alex, if it breaks VWAP and has a pullback but holds, would you trade it for higher even though it's in the middle of the range? You mean the New York VWAP? If it breaks VWAP and holds, would I trade it higher? I'd consider it. We've got low volume here though. This is possible, right? Back to the highs because ES hasn't taken out its highs, but we're not seeing any follow through. So I don't know. The biggest way to say it is I don't know because I don't trust anything right now, given how we're operating. I literally have zero trust in this market, same as yesterday. And rightly so. Look at what they did yesterday. I mean, these moves were gross. Slam down, bid back up, little push, slam down, double bottom, bid back up, slam down, bid back up, slam down. I don't want to trade that. Man, I want to trade something that's like this or like this. I don't want to trade in this. This is disgusting. This is, look at today. Look at the same thing. Shove up, slam down, get trapped, probably shove up, slam down, shove up. Like, it's gross. It is absolutely gross out here. We've made money where we can. We have to wait. Like, I cannot predict whether I'm going to buy up here or not. It depends how the candles form. It depends on momentum coming into it. It depends on if someone's trapped or not. Right? You've got to have some level of discretion to your trading. Still stuck, same level. Like I said, yesterday we got stuck in a 20-point range for an hour. It feels like we're about to do the same. We've now been here 20 minutes. "20 minutes of garbage." Absolute garbo. Taco market, yes. 5 minutes to IB set, yeah. 5 minutes to IB set. Back to VWAP again. Absorb off VWAP again. This is fun, isn't it, folks? Back to previous day high again. Sell off previous day high again. Previous day value area high, sorry. I want to smack my head on a brick wall when it's like this, honestly. Okay, stronger selling here. Momentum coming in. If they don't absorb it, I'm interested. This is where we bid off this morning. So watching this, if they don't absorb it, then it already look like they want to absorb it. PDC. Big level ES down here as well. Honestly, the hardest thing about being short, right, thinking about a short right now, is the fact that ES left that high. That is gross. Absolutely gross. That's the hardest thing about thinking about any short continuation, is we're in a balanced range. We had a fail breakout, but why did we leave a high by a tick? And reclaim. Shall I just walk away? Normally when I walk away, the market starts moving again. Best comedy on YouTube, yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, exactly. Just because they can do that, Peter, they do it, don't they? They just want to make our life impossible. Yeah, exactly. No, it's always you that says that. I think bathroom break for Alex. Alex comes back, 100-point move. Oh my God. I tell you what, I wouldn't feel comfortable either direction here. If I was long in this little chop range or short, I don't think I'd feel comfortable. No, Troy, I wouldn't say that necessarily. I really wouldn't say it necessarily because the bigger problem right now, this is a failed breakout. Buyers are trapped up here. Here's your slam. This is a reprice in. We need to retest this low, all right, or towards that low. If they break down, we get a continuation short, all right? You're talking about this flag higher. It's possible, but we've had a failed breakout. So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. I'm less inclined to long a flag here for that reason. If we retest the low and hold the low, or break the low and turn inside, maybe. But I actually think we probably want to bleed more. And the only thing that puts me off that is ES. But if Nvidia starts breaking lows here and the market starts turning, then I think you go into a stronger sell. we're protecting these areas. And look how we're building value. Here's value yesterday. Value all week is here, and we're building value in the same area. I mean, one thing I'll say, I think I talked about it in Discord last night. Sellers have so many opportunities to take control of this market, and they don't. And we have to be aware of that. Like, if you're a short seller, like, you might make money for 15 minutes in this market. Like, there's no follow through from the short sellers. So buyers still remain in control, higher time frame. Daily doesn't look too bad, but we failed the 720. Remember the daily sell. If we reject this, I'm gonna have to zoom out here to like a hourly chart, right? If we reject this, we've talked about this all week, and we set a lower high here and we sell on a daily and take out this low, then the daily goes into a sell. That's the tough thing about thinking about longs up here, right? Your long was from here to here. We don't know if the pro trend is about to shift. If we reclaim this, then we're bullish. The harder thing right now is the time frame alignment, or lack of. It is a lack of, because we're in a range. If you read the weekly newsletter, you know what we're talking about. We talked about this 720 test. This is the first test. Think about the divergence. Think about what the daily looks like. All right, from the all-time high, we drew this out. Come on, NQ. All right, if NQ, why are you not going to let me draw? Imagine this is a daily, right? We did this. We've come back down. We've come back up to here on NQ. All right, the question is, does it set a lower high on the daily? What's ES done? Nothing like that. Right, did this and took out the highs. Very different charts. There's a lack of time frame alignment right now. I'm not against playing either way. I don't want to play the chop, right? I don't want to play the chop. At the moment, what's happened today? If we think about what's happened today, there's the Nvidia high. There's supply up here. Failure, right? So buyers are stuck above Nvidia high. Then what happened? Rotation, just missing previous day value area high. So value buyers have bought this. We've probably pushed, I don't know, 50% of the range. New York. Okay, we came to the 61 fib and we got stuck. All right, so there's so many ways to look at this right now, unfortunately. Reclaim all of this area. Do we make a high? Yeah, for sure at that point, because if we start triggering above 76, if we start reclaiming 90, then you've got to think these buyers get let out and we go for a squeeze. But ES and Nvidia have got to get through their same levels. Nvidia's still not through previous day low, although it's having another go now at the blue, and ES coming back up to view up again. All right, if they start squeezing this, can we go and take out high of day? Yes, absolutely. But we want to see a big reclaim. So here's ES to view up again. Selling up here into 700. Where's that? That's basically where those buyers are stuck, isn't it? Just above. All right, if we push out here, pull back and hold, then yes, potentially you can go long. Nvidia still not through PDL, just so you understand. Nvidia is not through PDL yet. You haven't even swept this 76s yet. They're just to the edge of this box. So maybe high low here, maybe break and hold, maybe just chop back into range. If we start reclaiming PDH and stuff, then we can think about a full rotation. But you've got to be careful. Buyers are stuck up above here. All right, intraday, buyers are stuck here. This is a big trigger level. This here is where buyers are stuck. You've just swept one level. You need to let these buyers out. If we come up here and fail, right? If we come up here and fail and do this, where are we going? Here we go. This is awful, awful, awful action. You took the long out. What you say? Long out the gate. Yes, I took the same. I was long out the open for that move to 720. That's where I made most of my money, and then a little bit of a scalp short back down. Yeah, stuck at VWAP again. Hopefully, this is making sense. Why I said like this is very, very tricky in this range. Big flush on ES off that VWAP. They are not letting it through there so far. That is a big sell off VWAP there. It's a strong sell. They close this heavy in the next. And then we got. Oh, you got a while. Look at all these guys just come on the tape both sides. Where all these guys just come from? Oh, we'll just step the tape both sides. Let's just do it now. Let's chop more. Okay, you bid under 40 and 40 and I'll sell at 70 and 60 and let's just see what happens. Like, what the fuck is this, man? This is a joke. This is a joke. Does anyone else want to blow their brains out watching it? Is it just me? Maybe it's just me. Maybe you guys love this action. I don't know. It makes me want to blow my brains out, honestly. Nvidia having another go at previous day low here. ES looking heavier and heavier to me at the moment, and Nvidia looking the other way. Nvidia looks like it wants to have a go at previous day low and squeeze. So just like divergence all around. Tesla down on the day, Microsoft down on the day. Rest of the mag are green. Apple just hovering around PDC. We're just hovering around previous day value area high. I'm getting ready to blow my fucking brains out after a week of terrible price action. Makes me laugh. All these guys are, hey, the price action is amazing. Really? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, sideways is amazing price action, is it? It's news to me. Can't wait to see how they feel when we go into a trending market. Here goes Nvidia, PDL. Just took out PDL. Jesus Christ, man. Okay. I'm going to get a coffee. I can't watch this. I'll be back. Okay. Please, market. Please, can we do something? Please, Mr. Market. Back to your range high. Still just in this range. Your danger right now is Nvidia's retaking PDL. If it pushes up and gets slammed at VWAP, you're going to get caught. Well, let's see. Previous day high coming up here. Do they set the squeeze now? Is the market now ready? ES, by the way, is at VWAP again. This is where it's rejected 20 times today. Are they finally going to let it through? Here we go, finally letting it through. Okay, can we get a little bit of follow through? So VWAP here on Nvidia. Does it reclaim it? Be careful, because we've just built a lot of volume out here, haven't we? And we've just traded into value. All right, so if we die up here, right, and we come down here, you do not long back down here. We have built up a huge amount of volume in here now. You can see it right there. All right, so if we trade back in here, this will happen. They will need to hold the high of this range that they've just built out for the last 40 minutes. That's your box. They need to hold the high of that range. If we fail that and come back into, what do we do? Explore the low side, then probably back down. You guys are braver than me trading this, honestly. This is like my worst nightmare. You guys are braver than me. I like momentum and location. I don't see that in this chart at the moment. See if VIX finds a bid here or not. I mean, it's all good. I'm up nicely on the day, so I'm not like stressed about money or anything. It's just I get bored. I get so bored, and I tell myself I'm going to be here to lunch every day, and I'm just like, that's probably the worst thing to do in some cases. Okay, Nvidia did poke through PDL, failed in front of VWAP, is having another attempt at it now. Is this market ready to go higher? Does ES want to come and take out that high that it left? I guess that is the main question at the moment. Like I said, if you get stuck up here, I would be very, very, very careful. Longs have some control in this market at the moment. I would say shorts fail to break the low over and over and over and over again is kind of telling. Yes, really getting going now. Much better. Nice, Nvidia. Okay. Can we actually get going? Nvidia gets stuck at VWAP. It will be a problem. I think ES has got unfinished business at that all-time high. That is one thing. You're coming into that level now where that 930 dump this morning. This is your over-under. Basically 50% of the range, I would imagine. I have to measure it out on ES. What's this pullback? 61. You're at 61 now. So if we let these buyers out, if we build out liquidity here now, then we can go upside. I can't stand it when people drive 10 miles per hour below the speed limit or sit at a green light on their phone. Where's that come from? I might have missed the conversation there. All right, we're going to do a giveaway in a bit. Let's get it ready. Do me a favor, make sure you're following me on Twitter and Instagram at FlowZoneTrader. Giveaway coming up, just setting it up now. Make sure you give me a follow. I couldn't think what it was called then. At the brain Slowed right down. All right, here we go. What do you want first, folks? Do you want the Apex giveaway or do you want... Let's do Apex first. Okay, lowercase, folks, all right? Lowercase. All you got to do, lowercase, the code that you used to get Apex cheap, FZT. Just type it in chat, FZT. We'll do a giveaway. Any size account coming up. Coop's not going to win again. I won't let Coop win again. He won yesterday. FCTs. Remember, FCT is the code you use to get 90% off Apex right now. I'll give you guys a couple minutes. This market, man. Oh! Can you take me higher? Yes, holding view up for now. I'll give you one more minute. FZT, all you got to put in chat. Don't need to put it twice or anything like that. It won't make a difference if you put it twice. You just got to put it once. Video coming up to its view up like we talked about. Okay. Let's draw this winner. NRS Trader. You're the winner. Right, you can see it right here. NRS Trader. You're the winner. All you got to do, email me, info@flowzonetrader.com. Let me know it's you. Let me see the back side of your YouTube so I know it's you, so it's not a scammer. And I'll send you a code. All right, looks like we're coming for these highs now. Jeez. Nvidia threw its view up, coming up to 5-day. Man, this market, absolutely mental. Anyone still in this? Hopefully you guys are still in it. 740 on the book up there that they want to take out. 740 on the book. Straight squeeze, just no pullback at this point. Let's just go straight squeeze, shall we? Thanks very much. 5-day coming up on Nvidia, 180s now. We need to see a pullback here. Oh my God. You're in. Nice, Gatney. VIX trading down to where it found a bid from this morning. Probably should have played that 72 trigger right there. That was it. We talked about that holding above the RBS range. That was it right here. That was it. That was your entry. Oh, info@flowzonetrader.com. Info@flowzonetrader.com. In longs off Globex high, nice. It's hard because ES is at the 61. Nvidia is at the 5-day. We are extended. We need a pullback here on NQ to think about a re-add in. And ideally, we want some form of bear trap. And really, we don't want to be in a range day, which is what we're currently in. All right. ES much, much weaker. Here comes the pullback. We want to be careful. We start letting go of these levels. This will be ahead and we will roll over. So I'm just trying to be adaptive because we're inside initial balance. We're inside previous day range. I mean, it feels like it wants to go higher. It's just like, how does it get there? Every time frame currently bullish. Maybe ES pulls back to VWAP, I don't know, and then we see if it bids off it. It's already done that once though. Ranging market today. Nothing more than just a ranging market. If we break out outside the range, then we can think about pro trends. Remember, 720 is the daily supply where we're trading up towards at the moment. That is the daily supply. Do not forget that. That is the back test of Monday, Tuesday range from last week where all those buyers got stuck. Do not forget that. Video stuck at 5-day. ES pulling back towards its VWAP like we talked about. There we go. They absorb this, there's a chance to move higher. If they don't absorb it, we will have created an intraday head off a 61% push and a failure. And we are in a range. I know I keep saying it, but I need you guys to hear me. We are in a range. We are not in a trending market. Even though we're bullish on multi-time frames, we're not in a trending market. NQ just failed again at 720. Has it got a chance to make new highs? Yes. Does ES probably want to take out that old high? Yes. But does it have to do it today? No. Back to PDH here. Do we absorb? Can we now absorb? ES absorbing VWAP. All right, this looks somewhat interesting. Needs to get through PDC ES. Divergence here because SPY's already over it. Nvidia holding VWAP. We've got a chance here, folks. We've got a chance here for a little bear trap and squeeze off the flow zones. I hate the divergence between ES and NQ at the moment as well. Not trying to be negative, but it's not nice when you've got an old 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-day supply range above on NQ and nothing above on ES. That's not exactly ideal. It's quite a big difference. It's not like they're very similar. They're not even closely similar on a daily. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, let's just move you over because I'm always looking at a higher time frame, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions before we dump down. We're coming back testing it. All right. This is strong supply where daily buyers are stuck. Let's have a look at ES. Oh, we're at the highs. All right. It's not like we're down here, stuck here, which is where NQ is. All right. Very, very different markets. Do not like it when we're that far diverged. Right, like we said, this felt like the bear trap. Now you're starting to see that squeeze higher. Nice bid off VWAP on the SPY. Probably wants to take out higher day here if it can. at those 720s. Remember, this is the edge of supply. 720s on the daily. You need ES to get going. If ES wants to come and take out that higher day and all-time high that it missed by a tick or whatever it is, it needs to get going. And then it will help NQ do something. Might need to build liquidity out here for that completion of a cup, basically. Be nice if we built it out above. If we built it out above, it would be really nice. Why is that flickering like that? Stop flickering, Trading View. All right. Come on, ES. Go for it so we can get some money out of this in NQ. I want them to swipe up to 750. You can see them on the book up here. They keep stacking 730, 735, 745. They keep adding in, and then 750. So if you're in this long from here, you've made some good money. You can take a partial. You're looking for an explosion through the IB. You want ES. Here we go. You want ES to join in here. Do not get caught if they slam this. Okay, we've built liquidity just by going up. If they want to slam back down to 675 and then go again, they can. Think about how straight this is in a channel. Make sure you're paying yourself, especially with ES coming into that 500. Let's check the book, see if anyone's on here. 505, 507 for those trading ES. There's nothing really upside until 545. It's much higher right now. Yeah, done that before, Dean. Definitely done that before. I feel like I do that once every few months accidentally, especially with using the enhanced trader, because I flick over from mini to micro on my order panel rather than as a ticker. Wouldn't mind a little bear trap here. All right, think about this now. Wouldn't mind a little sweep and a recovery for this. I'd be vaguely interested in protecting this low volume somewhere in one of these. You can see 40s and 50s in the book. We want to get there. It's just how do we get there? Comes the pullback. Still holding PDH. Team, just let me reply to a few guys here. All right, seeing that pullback here, like we talked about, let's see what we can get. If we can wash a few guys out, get a bit of a bear trap. Once we get through this next trade, we'll look at what we can do for a next giveaway. We'll do one more Apex account today, and then we're also going to do 40% off the flow zone course. I want to see a deeper wash here, two trapping bears, and then a reaction. I'm not going to long up here. And I also want to be careful if ES starts to completely roll over, but I want to see ES hold view up and SPY hold view up, and I want some deeper reaction here to trapping bears. That's what I'd like to see. Whether we get it or not is another thing, but that's what I'm looking to see. Can we get it? I don't journal using a different platform. These YouTube videos are my journal, and then I have a diary. I like doing it handwritten. I feel like for me, it's always worked better when I do it handwritten. It's just personal. Come on, market, deeper pullback, trapping bears, then show some recovery, then we can go and take out the high of day. Until that point, I want to be careful because we're in a rotational market. Let me just turn this aircon off, which just started blasting. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put on an anchor from low of day. Really, I want to see them protect this low volume, but I'm aware of this now. Big level, big over under. Where's that buy just come in? 90. Yeah, low vol. Okay. New H1 bar here. I want to see it just a little pullback and then expansion on this H1 bar. Reason I'm slightly cautious, I'm looking at like the 5 minute on SPY, and I'm like, is that a 2-leg pullback that they're going to sell into the 61? It's the slight one thing. Same on Nvidia. It's slightly concerning. Basically, is this a giant pullback? Remember, they haven't pushed up as high that they're going to sell. They get stuck here, like we talked about. It's going to be a problem. What are their games here, man? So ES coming back down to that VWAP. SPY the same. Do they bid off it? If they don't bid off it, it's going to be a major problem for this market. It's an RBS level, and it's the volume weighted average price, and it's flow zones for those markets. If they do not bid off that and we get stuck, there is a deeper move here, and then there's possible 2-leg which they sell into. So Oof, mate, this is tricky, because we're in a range, right? So if they sell the top of the range and they buy the bottom of the range and then we go back to the middle of the range, it's really hard to think about an execution. So here comes VWAP coming up here on these markets. They will need to find a bid here. If they don't find a bid here and they slam it, it is going to be a major problem because that's going to look like a giant bear flag at that point. They've got to make a decision. They're trying to bid here at 95s and the 200s. Where's that low vol 80s? So SPY bidding just in front of VWAP for now. Decent reaction. Did we sweep there? Nope, we didn't. Did ES sweep? Nope. Okay, it's got to wait still. Got to take out an internal low. Calling it a day. Made nice money, 2 trades. Have a good day, everyone. See you tomorrow. Yeah, take care, Peter. It'll be a short stream for me tomorrow. I'm leaving. I don't know where I'm going. Surprise for my birthday, so. Reaction here off VWAP so far on the ES. Didn't actually quite make it. It's a little bit shy. I want it to do a sweep of some internal liquidity first. I really don't want it to just protect this. We're going to do 2 more giveaways. We're going to do another Apex giveaway, and we're also going to give away 40% off the Flow Zone course. Maybe we'll do 2 of those. I don't know. I'll see in a minute. Just to let this market set up. Once if we get another trade or if it doesn't offer anything, then we'll do the giveaways. And if this trade goes upside without taking any liquidity, it's going to be tough. I don't remember the market being this hard for a while. This tricky. Big divergence. ES leaving the high by a tick. Nvidia and SPY actually look weaker in the session, even though they took out the high. It's just, oh man, it's tough. For me, it's tough with my model. Looking for pro trend alignment, it's tough. Thinking about a long up here into this daily pivot where daily buyers are stuck above, it's tough. Especially if we're not going to trap bears. So squeezy without sweeping anything. What I wanted to see was just this, take out this low and then do this, or even this is fine and then do this. Don't like it when it's leaving this here now. It's even worse to trade. Back to POC on the session. I tell you who's had fun. These guys, the same guys as yesterday, just bidding off the lows. Same guys as yesterday, bidding off these same levels. These guys are having fun. Everyone else playing momentum, they're making it pretty hard. Pretty hard. Looks like it's just going to squeeze now. Without giving me an entry. Back to those 720s. Remember, that's daily level again. You can see the liquidity is above for it to aim for. 25, 30, 35, 40, and 50 all on the book. It's where it wants to go. Definitely where it wants to go. Is ES going to join in? Nope. Watching NVIDIA 5-day. If it squeezes through that, maybe go PDC. Big pivots here across the market. This feels just like the last few days. Big flush, grind, 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 grind. Probably take out a level. Big flush, absorb, grind, 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 grind. It's literally same story. All right, can we take out these highs then? 30s on the book. It's amazing the lack of like follow through in each push. '30s, 35, 40, 50s. You want to be selling into that. If you're long in this, you want to be selling into that. That flow zone long. No, you need to stay here, Carlos. Sorry, mate. You can get it next week. We do giveaways every week. So here's your 30s, 30s, 35, 40, and 50s above. If ES starts squeezing, ES will want that old high that we talked about that it left by one tick. VIX coming back down towards low of day. We are in supply here, folks. All right, this is supply. This is daily supply up here. If you took these longs down there, oh man, you did very well if you took those longs. I didn't like it. This diddle in the middle, I didn't like. But this right here was a long trigger. And now you look good. We are going in at 740, Alex. I already have 30 points in my pocket, but we'll like another trade for tomorrow. Are we going to 740? I mean, I think if you get through 740s, you know, you've got all these white levels above to come and squeeze through. I mean, it's possible. It's possible if we want to reclaim daily ranges. I'd say 800 is a massive level. If you look at the close open, if you look at the close open close from what days were these? From 15th, 18th, 19th. Close open close. That level into 800 is huge up here. Absolutely massive. This is a thing. No one wants to buy high, right? Because we're in a range, and no one's stupid enough to do this. So they're buying all the way down here off big flushes and selling into here, which is why the momentum completely slows down. Gone at 665, 665 down here. It's a nice buy on that momentum. Nice. Stopped out at 690 on that return in. You're just holding structure there, though. No reason to stop out there. If you bought that momentum candle, that is a hold of structure. That's an add. That's your first trigger, really. You just want to be careful of this. Left excess up here, though. This is value area highs and not a buying level right now. Yeah, starting to get going here. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be back and then we'll be 100 points higher. Oh, what did I say? I'll go to the toilet and we'll do the move. It's every time, without fail, every flipping time I go to the bathroom. This is what happens. Alex Bladder indicator. No, you better have got that. You're the one that always encourages me to go to the toilet. You better have got long in that. All right, so taking out all this liquidity. Next stop 800 if you're in this. Next stop 800. Can't make that stuff up. Cannot make it up. All right, so starting to reclaim 800, big level. Just off the daily. All right, if we go to it one day, this transition here, close, open, close. This transition here is massive. All right, massive level. Yes, coming up to PDH. I think it wants that all-time high because it left it by a tick. Left it by a tick. You've taken your low-hanging fruit now. You've taken that higher day. You need to be, taking a partial. If you bought this down here or this dip here, unfortunately, this didn't take this double bottom here, which I want to be careful of now. This is kind of screaming at me. The fact that they left this like this. Oh, you're not going to let me draw like usual. Trading view. They hold volume here though. It could be good. Yeah, I wonder if we can trade up to 94s today. 800, somewhere around there. Previous week open. That's daily open closes we just talked about. I just wonder if that's where it would like to go. Sorry, folks. I'm having to draw all these same lines on NinjaTrader again. If someone wants to invent an indicator that draws trading view on NinjaTrader, so I don't have to do it twice all the time, that'd be fantastic. So yes, not taking out that high. We're pulling back off it in towards value area high on the session. Do we find absorption here, or do we just give this whole thing back down to this white line where they built in? That's buy stops here. Once, twice, we didn't sweep that time, so it's susceptible at the moment. Lots of stops down there. What's NVIDIA doing? Just basing out between its 5-day, 20-day, higher time frame, flow zone, and view. I've just stuck. Feels like it's found just a level 180, just stuck around 180 at the moment. If they come for those lows now, it's going to be gross. Little volume node there. Be up here on NVIDIA. Be careful. Be careful. Remember, we took the low-hanging fruit on NQ. That's great to hear, Fresh. Good to hear. Fresh saying, started watching my video since I got back. It's helped them become more patient. A little low volume in here. Point of control on the session here. If we start fading under that, then we probably come and take these down. Flow is still bullish. All right, think about structure. We're still very bullish. We didn't sweep the... Trading view is so annoying. We didn't sweep these, so I'm just concerned if we let go of this, that we do this sweep before we do anything else. Again, we took the low-hanging fruit, which was the high of day. There is your excess left up here right now. This is susceptible to be taken because we didn't take it on this dip, right? That's what I wanted to see to get long. We didn't do it, and now we're driving down towards it. Fucking rotational market being choppy as always, searching and creating liquidity. We've had multiple drives up today. We're into daily supply. If they just want to dunk this now for the rest of the day and leave that high on ES, they can do it. It's nasty, but they can do it, all right? They can do whatever they want. They've shown it the last few days, haven't they? Every attempt to push higher, they sell violently. Then they buy the lows and put it back. Have we seen any buyers step up here? No, no, no. We have not seen any yet, all right? Possible RBS at 670. I mean, yeah, but that is a fairly significant sell at that point after taking a high, isn't it? I'd be very concerned about that at that point. SPY back into VWAP. ES coming back into VWAP. Nvidia trying to hold its VWAP. I am unconvinced of this market. I will remain unconvinced in this market until we move out of a range. All we've done today is go for a failed breakout of a range, back into range, absorb, go back towards 720s, fail, come back down into range right now, unless we can hold that old high of 90. Then we're going to go back into range. This is everything you don't want to see in a market if you are trying to trade trend. Look at ES, failed to take out the high, reattempt, failed to take out the high, flushing back down. What did we just talk about before I went to the bathroom? Like take a level, flush, grind, 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 flush. That's all we've done all week. It's fucking boring, mate, but this is the market we're in. Every single time. This is all the market does at the moment. Look at yesterday. We just went over it. Who's having fun in this market? Value buyers. They're the only people trading this market right now. Value buyers. Flush. Grind, 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 grind. Flush. Grind, 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 grind. Flush. That's what this market's doing. You don't believe me? Flush, grind, 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 grind. Flush, grind, 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 grind. Flush, grind, 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 grind. Flush. Do you get the point? Right? It is not going to reward you buying up here right now. It's left a triple bottom down here now. Absolutely gross. Absolutely gross. I couldn't dislike a market more than this if I tried, honestly. This is like awful. Just awful. I was really, really hoping after Nvidia would move out of this market, but we're not. Honestly, it would not surprise me to see a new low of day today. It really wouldn't. It would not surprise me at all to see a new low of day today. Have we moved outside of initial balance? Nope, we haven't. We have not moved outside of an initial balance. So sweeping that level, this is key now. What we do next is key. I hate this market, man. This is terrible. If we come back into the range from the last 3 days, I will not trade tomorrow. I'm telling you that right now. I'm not going to spend tomorrow morning looking at a range that we've been in for weeks and weeks and weeks. Like I said, I would not be surprised to see this go for a new low of day. That's the type of market we're in right now. It would not surprise me in the slightest. This white line is your average price of buyers off low of day. Okay, that's why I put that VWAP in. The white line is your anchor VWAP. It would not surprise me at all. It really would not surprise me to see a new low of day. This is not a strong market. It's strong, like, how do I explain it? It's strong off the lows. There's no momentum off the highs. All right. You're not seeing bulls chase this market and go for a squeeze. We squeeze out and then they go, yeah, fuck this, we're out. Boom, all the way back down. And then somewhere down here, the buyers go, yeah, we'll absorb this. We'll take this trade back up because we're in a range. That's the tough thing. Yeah, IB to VWAP just worked. Yeah, absolutely. IB to VWAP worked. The divergence is the biggest problem right now for me. Big, big, big issue. Like, do we trade up here and get stuck and then flush down to lows? I literally have no idea. Or do we reclaim this white level? This level here, we said it was susceptible to get swept. That's why I said put it in once we're up here. We didn't sweep it before going higher, so it's susceptible to get swept. So now we come to here. Do we bounce? Do we fail? And do we start flushing all the way back down to lows? Or do we reclaim it? And this is nothing more than a sweep. We have to be a very strong reclaim if we're going to make new highs on the day. Very strong. Really would not surprise me to see this market give everything back. It did it yesterday. It can do it again. What am I seeing as the range? The last 3 days. Everything we've been over on stream all week, all morning, in Discord. All you've done today is failed, right? You've pushed out above the NVIDIA high and failed. Look, we're going to come low. This can get nasty. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. There's no buyers up here. This is a daily level. Like, maybe some of you are new to stream. This is a daily level. Look at the daily. This is a daily level. We've had this marked out. It was in the weekly newsletter. What did we expect? Fresh test of supply. Supply is up here. Here is your range. We fail this and we come back down in here. This will be a failed attempt to go higher. We will come down if we do that. Big problem, like I talked about, ES, very different chart. Massive divergence. Massive divergence. Massive divergence. All right. Let's see if there's any reaction here. Average price of buyers off the lows right here. I want to see what they do into this level. We know now there are trap buyers up here, all right, because they bid. Where I refused to bid because we didn't sweep, all right, they are trapped here. So do they sell versus these characters, or do we build back in? Is this more of a bear trap for a breakdown under here and a reclaim? I don't know, folks. I genuinely don't know because we're in a rotational market. If they want to go for lower day, they will go for lower day. If they want to reclaim and take ES back up to that all-time high, they will do it. It's a market maker's dream right now. They're just playing with everybody. They're toying with everyone. That's what they're doing, and they enjoy doing it. Back into this level. Right, remember, this was the trigger for shorts. Right, shorts, breakout shorts, this was their trigger. Look at ES trading back towards New York VWAP. Same story on NVIDIA right now. Bid off PDL, back towards New York VWAP. So if they reclaim and ES wants to participate, we can squeeze out high of day. On ES, I'm talking about specifically. If we come up here and we set a lower high, it would be very, very dangerous. And I would say low of day is very possible for a rotational day. Awesome. Thanks for joining, Michael. I'm just getting bored of this market doing these kind of moves. Let's see. So here's a reclaim, a white line. We can think about this from a fib. Of course, TradingView doesn't like me to draw anything. All right, 50%, 61, anywhere stuck up here. If they make a lower high, lower low, we're in trouble. If they reclaim this, right, and they hold price up here, the longer they hold it, they are opening this up. If ES wants to join and take out its all-time high. Right now, I would not be long in this. It would need to really prove to me because this has shown numerous times it wants to hold up. Numerous times. ES stuck at that view up. So if you're trading right now, you've got to think, you are trading the average price of buyers and sellers in the session for ES and for NVIDIA. Not for NQ, but for those. I'd like one good trade today. I mean, I've had a couple this morning. What am I up? 4, 8, 12, 15, 16, $1,700. Not very much. Underperforming at the moment. Massively underperforming at the moment. Yeah, it's just hard, man. Like, it's hard when we're in these rotational markets because if you carry too much bias in, you will get clipped. You will absolutely get clipped. And these are not a joke. Like, look at this. From this high down to here, that's a 100-point move in 10 minutes. You know, it's hard for me because I want that long under here to reclaim. Doesn't do it, so it means I can't touch it. Takes out the high, and then what? Well, we're going to take it out. And now, I don't know if we should set a lower high to come lower at this point because we've taken out low-hanging fruit. Again, biggest problem is ES. If ES had already taken out that all-time high, I'd be much more willing to lean on this short today. Yeah, nice, Noah. Did you take it? It's very deep, but it gave it to you. It has given it to you, hasn't it? If you think about the legs. It's given it to you. Make sure you're taking some off here, just in case. ES is starting to reclaim now as well. And even VIX, just all of it, it looks shit. Just looks shit. I just keep zooming out. Right. This held nicely. But we're stuck at here. And that was weekly objective. Can I do this the other way? This is annoying me being there. Let's do it that way. It's easier to see. Google now 2% up. All right, Tesla 2% down. Nvidia 1.18% down. Microsoft 0.25% up. Meta 0.42% up. Google 2.03% up. Amazon 1.37% up. Apple 0.43% up. Google having a strong day. I'm pulling my fucking hair out in this market, honestly. love to get back in sync. I would love it if this market would get back in sync, maybe next week. Look how deep ES came through everything. Wild. Wild. I'm not buying this. There's just no way. There's no way I'm buying this up here. And this is how I felt all week. Setting video high. What is this? Fuck, man. Oh! Nice work. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Like I said, no way I'm buying up here. Too susceptible to this move, to setting a lower high. Most of the market sort of slowed down and is just chopping. I'm not going to get caught in it. Unless we set a trend, I'm not trading. Not going to get caught in some garbage range rotational trade. Not when the sentiment of the market has been push, 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 flush, push, 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 flush. I'm not going to get caught in the push, 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 push top stage. Everyone else can do that. There's just no way. I'd rather preserve the capital, the money I've made on the day already. Is it the most money? No, absolutely not, unfortunately, but it's still money. Nick Garner says, I like the up trade trend up. Yeah, from where? It always makes me laugh. Like, no offense to you when traders say that. Like, oh yeah, I like the trend up trade. That's cool. Market always goes up. Timing, momentum, location is important though, isn't it? I knew it was going to go down. Like that Ron, what's his name on YouTube, says it every day. I picked the top. It's going down. Mate, you've picked the top for 580 days. At some point, you're going to be right. 955. You mean you bought down here? Yeah. I mean, it made sense to buy value area. That's where we've been buying for the last 2-3 days, like we talked about. Here, 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 here. Made sense. They came in so aggressively to it. If we come down to value area high, I'm not. I just find it's very hard to buy this market right now. We've just taken the low hanging fruit out on NQ. We've rejected 720 and above numerous times today. Like, very hard to convince me to start buying this market at this point. Like I said, it would not surprise me to see this market at a new low of day. The only thing that is stopping me thinking that is that ES left the high by a tick. That's literally the only thing. Otherwise, I'd probably be looking for a short rotation. I'll be honest with you. All right. And then buying it back super cheap, I guess is the best way of me putting that. But market's gone to sleep, mate. Just does push, pull, and then goes to sleep. Just like this. Goes to sleep. Grind, slam. Goes to sleep. What happens if we break down here? It wouldn't surprise me. It really would not surprise me to see the market do that today. Again, if ES had taken out the all-time high, I think it's probable. Nvidia back to PDL. Nvidia is back to its PDL. Trader. Oh, I deleted that level. Where is it? 644. We can get rid of this white line now. The other thing I'd like is this market to expand one way so we're not so condensed with everything so close all the time. Like the weekly and daily levels are so close. It'd be nice if the chart didn't look quite so messy. Get rid of that. Video at that previous day low. If it snaps this pivot, you might be in trouble here. Those of you who've been looking for longs, like I said, it would not surprise me to see this market at a low of day. The only thing stopping me thinking that, the only thing stopping me thinking we can do that is the ES. You have, yeah, I'm just going to stop talking because it's just like on repeat. If you can't see the difference between these markets, if you can't see the divergence, if you can't see the like how this market keeps setting up day after day after day, I don't know what to tell you. It's a see money, take money environment. Or if you're a swing long, it's probably really, really nice. There we go. I said it would not surprise me at all, not in the slightest. View up here on ES. Nvidia, it looks dangerous to me. It looks like it's done a two-leg pullback. It looks like it's getting stuck at a key level, and it looks like if sellers come in here, it will go low of day, and might well drag the market down if the rest of the market wants to react to it. It's a big level where we are here. It's sort of a pre-market base, after hours high. Looks heavy to me. Looks open to a rotation unless they sweep and reclaim. I don't trade midnight, Nick. I don't care about it. That's just such an ICT thing. I don't know why anyone would care about midnight. I used to look at it and I'm like, it makes no sense to me at midnight level. What would your midnight level be anyway? Let me have a look. Where's midnight? I mean, it's just such a random level as well. 57 doesn't make sense to me. It's not a pivot. It's below, like it's below the Asia high. Doesn't make sense to me. It's not. It's not even a level for me. So holding this for now. VWAP's here. Average price of buys off the lows and the New York session. Nvidia trying to reclaim PDL. Man. Trying to stay flexible here. Trying to say what I'm seeing. Failed attempt to reclaim 720s numerous times. Low hanging fruit taken on NQ, failing after taking it. ES, all-time highs almost traded, not quite, traded back inside the range. SPY, all-time highs taken, trading back inside the range. Nvidia, 2-leg drive up this morning, failing back to the top of its first leg. Market, still. There's a whole lot of noise going on in this market, but there's actually not that much action, right? Big grind up. Flush, grind, flush. If they want to come and do this, they can. I don't know if they want to do that. The only thing stopping me thinking that is that ES has somewhere up here to come and take out. Momentum long's been not too bad this morning, but I tell you what, this up here, this supply is holding up really well. They reclaim this, we can think about upside swings. Off to make dinner. Take care, DK. 9 minutes left and I'll get off here, get off these charts. I doubt we get something this afternoon. I said that yesterday and it did do it. Look at like how everything's converged again. Is this the Nvidia high? Oh, I'm getting rid of that. Back to the Nvidia high. Flow zones all converged again. VWAPs here, both VWAPs here. Lunchtime incoming. Daily is at just at yesterday's high, basically. Oh my God. Come on, market. Even in initial balance, you've got to do more than this. Here we go. Look at Nvidia, like I said, stuck at the 5-day under PDL, starting to sell back down into the range that they bid off this morning. If they fail this range, it will be a 2-leg pullback, completely complete, head and shoulder, and it will aim for low of day. This is why I'm very, very concerned about being a buyer in this market right now. I think we've completed the 2-leg. The only thing is the divergence between the two. If there was no divergence today, ES would also be in a sell after taking out that high. No way I'm playing this. I've just got no interest. You might be like, this is a boring stream if you're not going to bet. Well, I bet this morning. I'm up nice. And now I want everyone else to pay for it, because if we think about the IB, are we in a trend day? No. Are we inside of volume? Yeah. Are we above this? Yeah. But do I think we can sustain a bit above it? No, not really. Not at the moment. It's not showing me that it wants to do it. We keep rejecting supply. So what's your trade? Well, I guess range rotation. Range rotation. Not my favorite trade in the book, especially when I've made money. It's a Thursday afternoon, and I don't think, my gut feeling is, I don't think they know, as in market makers, what they want to do. I don't think they know what they want to do, because they're not bidding this market up. All I would say is there's no strong selling. All right, when I'm talking about strong selling, no one's selling lows. There's no continuation trade underneath key pivots. But there's no buying continuation at the highs. So all we're doing is rotating. We might be moving, and I know the last few days value stayed steady. Maybe today we move value up and POC up, depends how we close. But there's not much to do unless you're going to trade rotation. I can explain that like deeper. Let's just take some of this off, clean this up. Okay. Here's your Friday box. Here's your Monday box. Tuesday box, we move down. Wednesday box, we move up, but we close inside, right? Current box, maybe we can hold above this range, which is what they've got to do. But so far, we keep failing up here. I don't want to long up here. We need to be long down here for that rotation if we're going to play a rotational market. If we fail this here, this will become a failed breakout. That trade here worries me. It worries me. Because this is basically your range. And if they cannot sustain bids above this, all right, if they keep failing, if they have one more attempt up here and they fail, that would be 3 attempts into daily supply. Remember, this is a daily level. They will need to reclaim this to keep going. If they fail up here, what does that mean? If we fail one side of the range, we come back down to the other side of the range. That is my concern in this market at the moment. It is a higher time frame concern. Maybe I'm overly cautious. Time will tell. Time will tell. All right, market's gone to sleep. Into lunch we come. Sellers still above at 710. They're stacking up there. I don't know what we want to do, but I'm not going to hang around to find out. That's for sure. The market can do whatever it wants. I'm out of here, folks. Thank goodness. The session's over. Made some good money, though. Well, I wouldn't say good. Like 17, 4, 8, 12, 16, like $1,700. It will do. It definitely feel like I'm underachieving at the moment. It's been the story of the week, but I just think it's not my market at the moment. Seems like an all break trade seems unlikely today. You probably trade. Are you trading back into the midpoint of the orb? I mean, you're just mid. Yeah, you're just mid orb right now. Mid orb right now. Thanks, Muhan. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow morning, but I'll only be on for like an hour or something, and then I'm out. Missed a huge short last week, 18/9th, where buyers trapped. What happened? Yeah, exactly that. Exactly what we just said. If you come back. All right, think about how many days we spent in here. Let's just zoom out. It's going to be easier, isn't it? All right. Buyers bought the highs. Get flushed out on. We go sideways. They become sellers here. Drop down. We start to reclaim. Buyers probably start to bid here thinking we're in a range. We fail that range. We drop down. We come back up. They become sellers again. Then we go into a new box. All these buyers are trying to accumulate thinking that we're going to do this move here. All right, what's their pain point? Underneath this low and underneath this low. So these buyers get liquidated. We go into a sell. We come and back test this level here. We go into a further sell. So it's exactly what it was. Buyers stuck up here. Exactly what it was. All right. At the moment, I'm not convinced either side is that stuck in this range. If we start exploring, like, if this is a box, just before I go, right, and if sellers are here and buyers are in here, buyers are in control. No doubt about it. Buyers are in control, right? If they took control here, here's your first high or low. But they need to complete a rotation. They need to hold the top of this box. If they don't hold the top of this box, remember, because buyers are stuck up here, if they fail this and they fail under here, we explore under here. If they reclaim this and we go sideways, then we take out all-time highs. It needs alignment, though. It needs alignment. We've already done this move on ES, right? We've already done this move on ES. Right, we've already done it. Look at this high. That's your all-time high. We are miles away on NQ. Miles away from it. Big divergence. So if ES takes all-time high and fails, and NQ gets stuck here and fails, we go into a pro trend what? Down. Because if this becomes lower high and this becomes a lower low on a daily, we slam. Right? We go risk off. It's a long way away yet, but I was hoping this week we would trade into here. Okay, we've done that this week. Now the market makes a decision. Lower high on a daily, followed by lower low, or reclaim on a daily, followed by all-time high. One or the other. I don't really want to bet on it here, though. It's not like awful for trading. It's just frustrating the way they're operating. Like, it's just a little frustrating, I'd say. It's always hard when we do something like this, right? After hours yesterday, and then every single market is just doing this, because you're really open to this before they bid back up, because we've not retested this level. Think about that, how we've built that liquidity. You're really open to that before a bid back up. That's the danger. But anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as we make money, it doesn't matter. I can sit here and bitch and moan about this market all I want, but at the end of the day, made money out of it. I'm just trying to be a strict trader. I don't want to trade in conditions and areas I'm not interested in. If we're in an initial balance range, where are the best shorts? At the top of the range in supply. Where are the best longs? At the bottom of the range in demand. Where do we not want to trade? In the middle of the range, right? In the middle of the range. Okay. Love you all. Back tomorrow. We go again tomorrow. We see what we can get. And yeah, that's it really. I've got nothing else to say on it. We'll see what we get tomorrow. Hopefully something more than a ranging market. It would be lovely if we had a trending market. If we had something outside of a daily range, outside of weekly range, outside of the initial balance, I'd really like it. I'd really like to have that market condition back, but we'll see. All right. Peace and love, everyone. And yeah, don't forget, Apex 90% sale on. The big accounts are extremely cheap. So I think is it the 250k and 300k, like $35, and it's also just $85 for lifetime activation. So probably the best sale they've done this year. I don't know when it ends. I will put some artwork up, but if you're interested, code FZT, load up on 20 accounts, be the cheapest price this year. Peace out.